This is my blood from my flow, from my womb. This is my womb blood, and I'm about to offer it to the tree that I've been offering my blood to for the past few cycles. It's a beautiful pine tree. I offer my blood to this tree. It goes into the earth. This tree holds a very strong masculine energy. As I'm working a lot with, healing some masculine wounds, but also I say deep prayers to the earth. I give her my blood so she can know me better, so she can know like the pain that I'm carrying, the things that I need to hold, so she can, greater recognize my DNA, my lineage through my blood. And when I offer the tree and the earth my blood, I say a prayer. And I wrote this specific prayer actually that I can recite frequently because I say a prayer, but it's kind of off the top of my head, or from my heart. And it encompasses the same thing. It always begins with, may all mother lines on earth heal, because the prayer that I'm saying is not just for myself, it's for everyone. All mother lines on this planet means all people, because we all come from women. And so that's what I'm about to do, offer my blood to this tree. There we go. Big, beautiful, strong pine tree. And that's my blood in water, by the way. I feel like we all should be doing this as stewards of the earth, as daughters of the earth. If we want to heal our wounds and simultaneously like work with the earth as she is healing and expanding, it's a beautiful practice to just sit with her and speak to her, like, and the trees too, together. The trees, the trees. The treekin are phenomenal. The wisdom they bring, like when you just sit with them during your flow, anytime, but when you're on your flow and you just sit with them, like the things that they give you and that you're receiving, like the downloads, are next level when you're in that open, like that portal, that beautiful psychedelic space that we're in during our flow. And this is the same for pregnancy too. Like it's just such beautiful spaces to connect with nature. And whatever we're going through, speaking that, our hopes and dreams, speaking them, and all of these things that we're speaking to the earth about, to the trees about, it's also like they can read and like feel that in our blood. And so it's just like it's a sacred offering to the earth. Like we're releasing all of these things through our blood. Who better to give it to than the earth, than the trees that can transmute it and send us back like very healing energy through our bodies, like through our feet, through our wombs, I've been doing this for a long time and I see the benefit of it more and more. And I highly recommend that everybody do this. I'm sitting here drinking my cacao. And so that footage I recorded about 2 or 3 cycles ago, and I reflect on it often. I just wrote a Substack essay about this called When My Blood Touches Earth. I can't even remember the title right now, but there it is. You can read it if you want. So that video, I also posted the video on TikTok, like very shortly after I recorded it, and it went viral. And, people were passing the vibe check at first in the comment section, but I knew that it wasn't going to be like, stay like that. I just had a feeling. And so I was like, just bracing myself for the negative comments that were going to come. And they started coming, and they were ignorant as fuck. Like, truly just people that are just so out of touch with their bodies, with their wombs, what it means to be a woman, what their blood means. And you could see the analytics, right? I could see what percentage of people were actually watching my full video? Wasn't a lot. People were asking questions that I explained, right? People are lots of religious people, lots of Christian people clutching their pearls, just freaking out about the fact that I'm speaking with the tree. Mama Earth is my God, okay? I'm speaking with this tree. I'm speaking with the earth. They're calling this demonic when I am literally doing this with the intentions of everyone's mother line on this planet healing. How is that demonic? How is healing demonic? Because I'm in tune with the earth, with my blood, with my womb. It made no sense to me. I mean, it made sense, but also it's kind of like it's bewildering to like truly see how many women on this planet are completely out of touch with their temple. I began my really getting in tune with my womb when I got off birth control. I was on birth control for only 1 year, but I am so sensitive that I was just like, I can't do this. You know, there has to be another way. I was 19. I think I was 19. Or I was 20. I was 20. Maybe I was on it for 2 years. I don't know. Time is weird, but just some months before I turned 22 was when I was like, all right, that's enough. I got really deep into, tracking my fertility, the fertility awareness method, fam. And just I got really into herbs. I've always been in touch with the earth, so working with the earth to dive into my womb and why my periods were so painful, and because I started my flow when I was 10 years old. I could make a whole different video about this, my story, my womb healing journey, because it's a lot. But I started when I was 10 years old, and it was always painful for me. I would have to stay home from school. I've passed out a few times. The most excruciating pain were my cramps. I've come so far and I've healed that. Now I'm 30 now. I just turned 30 in July. And I know so much about the womb, and I'm continuously learning. I study my body. I study the earth. I am just so devoted to the womb. To the womb of women, to the earth womb, to our divine mother, and so for people to really say such ridiculous things, and I know not many people work with their blood in such intimate ways, right? This can be very shocking, but I don't really care, because I like to shock people. Just the stuff that I say, just me being myself, is very shocking to people. I'm just me. What can I say? I'm a weirdo.
If you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
I think being a weirdo is magnificent. It is I'm just a wild, weird woman, wild, weird woman. And I love it. And I embrace it. And I couldn't be any other way. And a big part of me being wild and weird is praying over saying a prayer, holding a cup of my blood diluted in water as libation, and pouring it onto the earth and asking her, can she, this is what I've been going through. She's receiving it. The mycelium network is receiving it. The trees, the mushrooms, everything is receiving it. And they're giving me the codes on how to move through this cycle, especially in the times that we're in right now. So much is happening. There are some days where I'm just how am I gonna go on? how are we going on? How are we still like continuing in this false patriarchal society that we're living in? Everything is collapsing, but like sometimes it's just really tough navigating all of this, right? And I need help. The who I can turn to for help that like knows everything about everything and can like give you the most honest, pure advice is our Earth Mother, is the Divine Mother. Okay? Is Source. And so why wouldn't I, work with my blood? Blood rituals, if people really knew the type of rituals that are like being done by nefarious people, including blood rituals, you would be clutching your pearls at that, and you would be at the feet of, priestesses and oracles, like asking for help if you really knew. And so like what I do working with my body, it's like swords up against that kind of stuff, like combating all that stuff, because like I refuse to get got by these rituals of these psyops that are being conducted onto, society. I feel like the greatest disservice like a woman can do to herself is not know who she is, not know what is going on within her body, because they know and they use all of these things against you. So if you are not in the know of what is like your avatar, like what is all of this sacred technology that is your body, you're just at the mercy of anything. And we're seeing that. So I'm going to continue, making videos about the womb, about the earth, about the Divine Mother, about our blood, about the moon, like these downloads I've been getting since I was pregnant about the moon, like what it is doing to our wombs, how we're not even supposed to be bleeding the way that we are. And that's one reason that I work with the earth in my blood, because I know like the current conditions of our menstrual cycle, like the way we are currently experiencing menstruation is not our original coding. This is not the way our bodies were designed to function. And I can go into that too, because that's pretty deep. But yeah, you guys, like, if you know, you know. And if you want to know, like, please stay so we can talk about this together, because like this is just such beautiful, potent information. And like I'm totally fine scaring away the people that like aren't about this, because like I was never talking to you in the first place. I put these videos out as a beacon to, attract my sisters who are really down, okay? So, yeah. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna continue drinking my cacao. Yeah, I will see you guys soon.